Show. I'm here today with a very special guest. We are here today with a high-end escort named Lexi. Hi, Lexi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So good.
So, I'm so excited to have you on. I know a lot of people are so interested to hear what your life is like. I'm literally looking at a ton of questions right in front of me, but let's just get some basics out of the way. How old are you?
Yes, hit me. I am 23.
Okay. And how long have you been working for?
I've been working for about 3 years, maybe 4, off and on, depending on if I have a boyfriend or kind of what's going on in my life. But for sure, like, hustle mode, like 2 years.
Okay, and then how did you get into it?
I got into this because I wanted to. So I just had always been interested in it. I had seen some movie when I was younger. I forget what it was called. And I kind of just thought it. No, that's not what it was. I've seen that though. I kind of just started researching it, looking it up online. Kind of just took matters into my own hands. I was just super fascinated with it. Thought it was really great. And I started on a very low end scale because I didn't know what I was doing, right? So I ended up meeting other girls and they introduced me to agents and bookers and all that. And then it kind of just spiraled up from there.
So you make a lot of money, but when you were doing the more lower end, what was the price point that you were doing per hour then compared to what you do now?
I was doing $500 per hour, which is not bad. I worked an office job and I made $500 every 2 weeks, and I was there 7-8 hours a day. So I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Yeah. And yeah, so it was fine. There's still girls in New York who work independently whose rates are $500, $600 per hour, and they're super successful still, you know.
Yeah. And then what about now? What's your base rate?
Oh, now the lowest base rate is $1,000 per hour. And then it just goes up from there, usually an overnight. Well, it depends, because it depends when you meet your client, right? So if he doesn't know anything about you and he doesn't know anything about the game, I'd charge him $10K for an overnight.
Really?
If he knows, yeah, for sure, yeah. But if he knows he knows how it works, he knows certain agents charge this or this, anywhere between 5K to 7. I push always 5. I would never sleep anywhere for less than 5.
Oh my god, I love that.
I know, yeah, no way. I don't have time for that.
Every girl who's in a relationship right now who's just hooking up with some guy and sleeping over is just fuck, I should be trying.
Oh my god, well that's my main thing, because I was I love fuck. So I was I'm fucking for free, all these losers, what am I doing? So that's
Have you met a girl beforehand? So as you know, I've told you I used to be a stripper when I was in college.
Yes.
How that started for me is that I had wanted to do it for some weird reason. I thought about to do it.
I mean, I love strippers. I think stripping's great. Part of me wants to do it just for fucking fun.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is fun and it is exhilarating. And I think one of the things that I liked about it is that you feel that big sense of control, you know? Mm-hmm. Even though, do you know what I mean? You feel this sense of empowerment over another person.
100%, yeah, totally.
So is that something that you enjoy about the job?
That's definitely a big part. I'm always patting myself on the back. I feel I've made a great life choices. I think I'm doing fucking amazing, I look at what other people are doing and I'm damn, that sucks. You make 50K a year and you sit at a desk all day. You know, like I've made 50K in a month before, many times. Yeah, so it's like, it's definitely a huge sense of empowerment. Like I make the rules, I say what goes. This is my space. This is my life. Like I pick and choose who I see and who I don't want to see. Yeah, it's great.
And is that something that you worked your way up to, kind of getting to?
For sure, yeah. It definitely didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
You know, when you first start, especially working with agents and bookers, it's really difficult to
pick and choose.
Kind of to be in control, right? Yeah, because if you don't take a job and then they get pissed at you, then they won't book you for a while, and you're almost like serving them. So when I stopped working with agents and bookers, I was just like, oh my God, my life just improved so much. But I'm grateful for them because they serve a purpose. You know, they make sure you're safe. They handle all the admin. They do all the, you know, the setting up. You kind of just show up. Whereas now, like, I'm basically running a business. You know, I'm doing everything.
And a lot of clients I've heard are really annoying over text.
Yeah, so it's definitely, yeah. I have a few that are super annoying, but I don't really give out my number. I do everything through email. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm able to, like, keep it, yeah.
Is there a reason?
Some if I really like, I'll give my number. Yeah, it's just more professional. It's just, like, there's a history of everything, you know? Like, I can see exactly all the communication we've had on one email thread. So
That's
I
good.
just prefer it.
Do you tailor to specific clients' needs, or like if you know they like you to dress a certain way, do people make requests? Do you like tailor your personality, kind of like playing a role for different people? How tailor-made is each appointment, so to speak?
I definitely have to like cater to each person individually. It's interesting. You kind of just walk in and have to assess in like 1 second exactly what this person wants and needs. Mm-hmm. So you can't treat every job the same. Obviously, every person's different. I don't know. You're basically like a therapist. You walk in and you're like, okay, so this is who you are and this is what you need from me.
Yeah.
It's like a skill. Not everybody can do it.
Have you noticed that some guys kind of just make it more into a therapist session and they just want to talk on and you have to pretend to be interested and it's a little draining and exhausting?
Yes, I thought a lot. It's like that more than you would think, you know? Like, people don't understand, like, the majority of my life is literally just, like, taking on other people's emotional stress.
Yeah.
And you really have to be able to, when you walk out after, like, separate yourself from that. It's, like, not even the physical labor that's the hard part. It's like dealing with their emotions, and, you know, it can be a lot sometimes. Yeah. It's a huge part of it.
What do you do to decompress? Do you have any favorite sort of rituals or things you like to do after you come home from the job?
Drink. I love to have a drink. I love to go out with my friends. I think, like, maintaining a super active social life is, like, something that's super important to me. You know, if I have, like, a friend's birthday party or if I have a social commitment and a client wants to see me, you know, like, I won't do it. Like, it's very important to me to, like, stay true to, like, what I find fun in. And that's, like, my friends, my dog, reading. I take a lot of baths that I find a lot of peace in. I try to just stick to, like, you know, what I like, and
That's amazing.
I won't take every job, you know.
Yeah, that just really struck me that you will stick to hanging out with your friends and not drop things to go meet clients' needs. Was that something that you also grew into over time?
Yeah, honestly, no. I was always kind of like that. The reason I've been able to, like, do it for as long as I have and be as successful as I am is because I really kept a strict line between, like, what is work and what is personal. So I'm not, like, worn out, you know, I'm not exhausted from it because I've really, like, I've seen some of my girlfriends just crash and burn because they're giving everything they have into clients. and they're not taking any time for themselves, and it makes me really sad because, like, you know, you're gonna hate your life if you're not enjoying your life. So even when I wasn't making that much money, you know, if I was sitting on the couch with a boy I liked, and someone was like, "Hey, can you go do this job in an hour?" I would say no.
Yeah. I think that's the same for like any career, you know, like me and my husband.
For sure, yeah, it is.
Exhaust ourselves with like focusing on like working. And even like yesterday, I was like, this is the summer and I haven't even gone to a pool or the beach all summer. Like I need to take a vacation. And it's just like, forcing yourself to take that time off.
I think everybody can relate in any job. Yeah. So that it's just important to really like give yourself that break when you need it. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be about work 100% all the time. Like there's only one of me. I can only do so much.
Yeah. What kind of beauty and maintenance do you do on a monthly basis?
Wait, say that one more time.
What kind of beauty stuff do you do on a monthly basis? I know you work out a lot. Talk me through like
beauty. Yeah.
Your health.
Yeah. So I'm like a super high maintenance. Like I love all the products. I want all the hair extensions. I want all the lash extensions. I want all the manicures. So I do a lot. I work out a lot. That's my thing is I drink a lot and I don't really diet. So I have to get up and work out. And you're always like, how the fuck do you get up and work out every day?
I know. Like, don't you work out every single day?
I don't work out every single day. Like, I didn't work out today because I didn't have the time. But tomorrow, that'll be like the first thing I do when I wake up for sure.
Also, I just want to point out that Lexi is the one who taught me how to make garlic shrimp.
Oh, yeah, years ago. I did. I keep seeing you posting the same meal over and over. I'm like, bitch, stop trying to teach people a meal that, like, you literally didn't even, like, come up with.
So funny. I know. When I
know. I don't care.
I was like, oh,
it's just so funny. Times have changed. I don't cook anything anymore. Like, nothing. I can't even tell you the last time I cooked something.
So do you order or go out?
I have, like, either I'm on dates with guys, clients for dinner, or I'm in and I'm ordering something. It's just like when I didn't have a lot of money, I obviously had to cook, but now I don't have the time to go to a grocery store and like do that whole thing. You know, it's just like it's not in the cards for me right now.
I love that. If you're planning a date with a client and they ask you where you want to go out, do you just immediately like go for Nobu, or are you like whatever you want?
It depends who it is and like where I want to be seen with that person. Mm-hmm. If it's somebody who's like really cool and, you know, relatively young and who I don't mind like being out with, then I'll usually let them pick, and clients always know like all the best spots to go, like Michelin star and all that great shit. But if it's somebody who I like don't want to be out in public with, I'll like recommend a place that I know is like I'm not going to run into anybody I know. Oh,
that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get embarrassed or nervous you're going to run into someone you know with a client, and have you ever?
No, knock on wood. I've never run into anybody I know that I wouldn't want to see me out with a client while I was out with a client ever. And New York is like, I mean, you know how New York is. You don't really run into people like that.
Yeah.
Especially not uptown.
And you travel around a lot, right?
I do, yeah. I'm non-stop on the go.
Different places.
Yeah. All the time, everywhere.
I know. Where are some of the places you regularly travel to?
I do. In the summer, I'm in Europe a lot. I'm back and forth between LA and New York. Spend most of my time in LA. And then, where else do I go? Miami, I guess. London a lot. Toronto, a lot. There's a lot of work in Toronto. San Francisco, a lot of work in San Francisco.
How do the clients...
It just depends.
How do the clients differ from New York, LA, London, Dubai, do you notice a difference in the types of guys and what they're like and what they want?
Yeah, not necessarily like what they want, but just like how they act, I guess, and like even how they like plan a date. Like in LA, it's very casual. It's kind of like, wear jeans. I'll let you know if I can see you tomorrow, like a couple hours before. Hey, okay, can you come? That's kind of LA. In San Fran, it's like it's planned weeks in advance. The time is set. The date is set. Everything is confirmed. Same with like New York. It's like that too. Everything's kind of confirmed in advance. But they all relatively want the same thing, just your love and affection.
Right.
And your time.
You spent time in Dubai, right?
Yeah, I've spent time in Dubai. I was there not too long ago, but honestly, like, I didn't even work when I was there.
So what is that like when you're working in Dubai? Can you kind of explain, like, if you're there on a retainer, like what you have to do if you're not working?
I mean, I've heard stories, but like when I was there, I didn't even take one job because it was like, there's just like, Russians can get visas on arrival now. So it's like 4 hours. You're making like maybe $1,000 US. And it was like, absolutely not.
So you're not making as much there?
No, that's like the misconception is like you think like, oh, girls are going to see like sheikhs and princes and all these things. And it's like, it's really actually not like that.
Really?
So because there's so many Russian girls there and they're all so beautiful. And they'll work for nothing. It's like, it's completely ruined. I would never go back. I would never go back there ever.
What about London?
London's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, London's amazing. There's a lot of opportunity for money there. There's also a lot of girls in London too, but a lot of foreign girls. When you travel anywhere and you're American, you kind of have a little bit of a advantage. Okay. English speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I can see like people, no, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. How do you prepare for a job?
First I shower. And I don't know, like, what do you mean? Like, mentally?
I don't know, mentally, physically.
I mean, I'm super, super into, like, being perfect. So I can't take a job if it's, like, I need to be there in 30 minutes, unless it's, like, a regular I've done for a long time. But if it's, like, a new client, like, I need time before, my outfit needs to be perfect, everything needs to be perfect. Like, I want to make a perfect first impression, like, so I take time to get ready. I have a perfect set of lingerie, everything's like to the T. I'm always on time. I'm never late.
And you dress very high end. Your hair and makeup is done.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't even have I haven't stepped into a Zara in like 2 years.
Do people comment on your appearance and the way that you're dressed?
Oh, people stop me on the street, like, when I'm, like, walking down, because she's like, oh, my God, you look so amazing. Like, I'm always getting compliments on my outfits. In the summer, it's a little bit more hard, though, because it's so hot, and, like, you can't really, like, get all decked out.
Yeah. Do you get blowouts and stuff for jobs?
I do, yeah. Depending. Not for an hour, but, like, for a 4 or 5 hour day or, like, an overnight, yeah, for sure I would. I have a hairstylist on call who will come to my house and do my hair.
For special situations.
Yeah, and he's like amazing, and yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
I'm so good at glamour stuff. Like, I can do everything myself anyway.
Yeah, you really are. How did you learn that?
YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How do you stay in touch with clients, and what ensures a regular relationship?
Yeah, that one's a little difficult because you want to, like, obviously respect the client's space and boundaries, and you don't want to, like, be popping up on their phone. Because you never know, like, what what they're doing. So that's why I said, like, I normally communicate through email. It's just a little bit more professional. They can, you know, check it. And I'll send like, hey babe, I'm in town. I just go back to LA. Like, I'd love to see you, you know, stuff like that. And
you throw a picture
usually,
their way?
What?
And you throw a little picture their way?
Sometimes, depending on who, yeah. If I know that they like that, then yeah.
Yeah.
It's like good marketing.
What's the most you've made in a night?
Ooh, I was waiting for this question. The most I've made in a night is, I think, like 20 grand.
Oh my God!
I know, and that's just because it was one of my regular guys, and he like threw a big party, and so he had a bunch of his friends, so I brought like a bunch of girls, and he pays a lot. He pays like $2,000 an hour. So he paid, like, I got paid and I took commission from all the girls, so I really cashed out.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
Oh my God.
But that's not always. Like, the most I've made, like, in a night, like, working, probably, like, 10, around 10. Yeah.
What do you average make a day?
You know, I can't give an average because everything's so different. You know, like, some days I'll work and some days I won't work. And, you know, I would say like a 1K day is a fucking shit day.
Yeah.
Usually like three.
How often would you say you work? Like on average a week?
Probably like 4 or 5 days, give or take. Sometimes if I just am like not in the fucking mood, if I have friends in town, I won't work at all. Mm-hmm. So it just depends like how I'm feeling, you know, because I'm at that place now where it's like I don't have to take jobs.
Do your friends know, like your friends who are outside of working, did they know what you do? And then have they judged you before, and has it changed any of your relationships?
Yeah, it definitely has. Mostly everybody that I keep I keep a tight circle. I don't have a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows. I can't have anybody close to me, like in my life, who's around all the time, who doesn't know, because one, I can't lie. And two, it's just too complicated. You know, if you do have to like leave right after dinner when everybody's going out because you have somewhere to be, you know what I mean? It's like, it's important to me that I'm honest with my friends, but it's definitely, I've definitely lost some friends along the way who don't agree with, you know, my lifestyle, who were friends with me before I started. And that's just the way it is. You know, I don't want those people in my life if they don't love and support me for everything.
Yeah. Have you gotten into any big fights with anyone over it? Have you gotten into any big fights with anyone over it?
No, not big fights. You know, my thing is like, I just find it's super offensive when somebody like wants to have an issue with it, but they'll let me pick up the dinner tab. They'll let me buy them drinks, but then they like have the audacity to like talk shit about me to somebody else. You know, it's like, okay, like you have a problem with my life, but you don't have a problem when I pay for everything, do you? You know, that's the kind of shit I don't put up with.
Do a lot of people expect you to pay for everything?
Yeah. A lot. Like, it's crazy.
That used to happen to me a lot, too.
And, like, I feel, it just depends. Like, if I have a friend who I know, like, would never work, she, like, really doesn't make a lot of money, and she's a good person, like, I want to take care of my friends. I want to treat my friends. Like, yes, I make a lot more money than most of my friends. Like, I want to take care of the people that I love, and I love doing that. But when somebody, like, doesn't put their card down when it's time to pay, like, that I don't like. Yeah, and it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Like, I had ex-boyfriends who were like that because they, like, knew I made money, and they just would expect me to, like, pay for it. Like, I was sugar mama, and I was like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, so what has it been like with dating for you?
I think anybody listening who is an escort can agree that dating is really complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's, it's hard to find somebody who can understand. And for me, it's such an easy thing to understand. Like, work is work.
Yeah.
It's literally nothing more than that. To me, I always explain it like I'm just going through the motions. It's the same thing as you writing like an email that you write 7 times a day that's different people saying the same thing. It's like I walk out and it's like I'm leaving the office, I'm leaving my work there. Like, it's not, but you can't expect guys to understand, and it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've have you dated a couple guys like while you've worked, and what has like happened over the relationship?
So I'm generally pretty honest. Like, it's also pretty obvious. Like, especially when they come to my house and they see like my closet, they're like, "What the fuck?"
Tell me about your closet as a side note, and then go back.
Oh God, my closet's wild. I'm up to like 9 Chanels.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my second Birkin.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, too many bags. I don't even have enough like shelf space for everything. It's like, I should sell some. But
you built a closet though, right? Like, did you get a second bedroom?
No, so my apartment just has a lot of closet space, and I did build them. Like, I hired somebody to like hang, like nice shelves and all that.
Your life is literally a Pinterest board.
I know. That's what everybody says when they walk into my house. They're like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "This is the most adult apartment I've ever been in New York City." And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So also, like, okay, so you say that you drink a lot, but it seems like you have a pretty clean and organized life at home.
Oh yeah, I do. Like, my apartment's impeccable all the time.
Is that from you?
I drink a lot, but like I'm a functioning drinker. Like, I don't like I don't know. Yeah, it's different.
So do you clean?
But I have a maid.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I don't know. No.
How often does she
clean? Once a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I don't cook. So the main thing that like makes a mess is cooking. So it's mostly just like clothes, the bathroom, stuff like that she does. Laundry, bedding.
So we took a little side turn, but back to the relationship part. Have you been in a situation with a guy who was like, you have to choose, and you were like, bye?
What do you mean, like in a dangerous situation?
No, like a guy that you were dating who said you have to choose between him and working.
Oh, I'd always choose work. Always.
But have people like...
No, kind of. I mean, in a way, it's always like that, even if it's not like that, because I mean, I've had breakups where it wasn't because of work. But when I'm in a relationship, I tend to be less motivated to work because I'm in love and I'm happy, and and I'm like, and that's kind of what I like changed my mindset the last couple of years. I was like, okay, like, let's not focus on boys. Like, you're so young. Don't waste, all this time, like, on somebody who you're not even going to end up with. Like, fuck that. So, but yeah, definitely it's been like, my last boyfriend, I definitely chose work.
And were you guys in an open relationship?
Yeah, we were. So that's hard. That's really hard.
Yeah, did you get jealous?
I did, yeah.
And then you feel like that's not fair?
I really felt it was super unfair. And I get like why it should be fair, but I also mostly get why it's still unfair, because I'm the one with the feelings, and I'm the one who's actually with other people, and like I know what it is, and it's not anything like, it is not me sleeping with other people. It's completely fucking different.
Yeah.
But they're like, guys, their head is like, sex is sex, so it was hard. He like, I would leave town and he would like bring girls that he would like have a girl come stay with him while I was gone. I thought it was super disrespectful and, you know, I don't know. Guys they fucking suck. You're lucky you have your amazing husband.
Thank you. It took a while. Have you ever left a job you felt uncomfortable at? Like you walked in and then you just...
Yeah.
What, do you have any memorable situations that you can talk about?
You know, so I'm so lucky to have never, ever, ever even been close to something that was actually unsafe.
Okay.
I think because I'm working on such a high-end level, it really weeds out any... I mean, we both have things to lose, right? They have a reputation, they have a family, they have a career. They don't want to fuck it up. You know, I don't want to fuck it up. So that really creates like a pretty safe space for everybody. But there have been times like the most recent thing I could think of, and it was funny because I was talking to somebody before and they asked me if I've ever been in an unsafe situation. I was like, no, never. Within like days, and it wasn't even that bad when I look back on it, but at the time I was like, oof. I was waiting for this guy forever. He was like 45 minutes late. And he shows up like completely incoherent, just like so fucked up. And I was like, big, huge guy, like muscly, and was just falling all over the place. And we met at like the hotel bar, and I'm like, okay, we need to go to the room immediately because this guy is causing a scene. He like can't find the hotel key. We're like talking to the desk and it's so obvious what's going on. He like can't find his ID to get a new car key or key for the hotel. It's just like, it's such a shit show. We get in there and he like falls and like hits his head on the wall. And I'm like, God. Yeah. And I've been there for almost an hour and a half now. And I'm like, I need to get fucking paid. Like, I'm not, you know, and that's the situation when you're like, okay, like, do I stay and kind of like try to figure this out, or do I like leave? And I was there through an agent. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't answering me. And I was like, babe, this is not okay. Like, this is fucked up. Like, I don't know what to do. So then he gives me the money. He shorts me. He doesn't give me her commission. And I'm like I'm trying to be so nice because at this point I'm getting scared because he's like becoming a little bit aggressive and just so drunk. So I'm like, okay, you know, like, this isn't the right amount. Like, do you have the rest? Whatever. And he starts like saying that I'm like scamming him and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, you know, I think it's probably for the best that I head out and maybe we like try again tomorrow. And he's like getting all upset. He's like, if you fucking leave, you're going to regret it. And I basically just like beelined it for the door and like ran out. Called her a bunch of times. She didn't answer. The next morning, she was mad at me. Like, she didn't have my back. That's kind of why that's when I really stopped working with agents, is because she like, not only did he short me, she wanted me to send commission on the full amount. She said it was my fault that I didn't collect the full amount. And so I didn't lose money, but I was there for forever, what felt like, and I was scared and felt unsafe. And she was just a total fucking cunt about it. And that's the only time I've ever been in a situation like that, which is obviously not that bad. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, agents they can really fuck you over if they want to. Wow.
Yeah. Are most of them guys or girls?
They're mostly girls. I know a couple guys who I know people, like colleagues and other working girls who have had bad experiences with them. I think it's smart to just stay away from guy hookers because they don't understand. They don't get it.
Yeah. When you're walking down the hallway of a hotel room floor and you're about to knock on the door, do you get nervous wondering like what's going to open up the door on the other end?
I used to when I was younger. Now I get really excited. Like, I get to meet like the smartest, most successful, elegant, worldly people that exist. that like most people would die to sit down and have lunch with these guys. And I get to spend hours of my time with them and pick their brains. And like, so when I'm walking into somebody I've never met before, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, who's it going to be? What am I going to learn? How amazing is this going to be? How much nice champagne do I get to drink? Like, you know,
I love that.
It's all about perspective. Yeah, it's all about perspective.
That's amazing. Did you come up with that on your own? I love that.
Because I was so sick of people being like, especially other clients who are like good looking and super successful, like, oh, is everybody you meet just disgusting? And I'm like, no. Yeah. Actually, they're not. They're really fucking amazing and they're super smart, and a lot of them I would marry if they weren't already married.
Yeah. Are most guys married?
Yeah. Most guys are married, and I prefer married guys just because it really keeps that boundary. Whereas single clients tend to become a little bit more obsessive. Like recently, I've had a guy who I've seen for like a couple years now, and he is just so obsessed with me, and he just is like, he's like, I want you to have my babies, like, I just don't understand why you're making me pay you. Like, I thought this was real. I thought, you know, like, you loved me, you know, just like crazy. Sends me all these texts all the time. And I kind of just am like, oh, I do love you. Like, whatever. Ha, ha, ha. Just kind of like brushed off because I obviously want him to keep paying me. Yeah, it gets exhausting. Single clients, I'm like, oh.
Do you, so for the guys who are married, do they talk about their wives, and does it make you feel uncomfortable if they do?
No, it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable, probably just because I'm used to it, but they definitely, well, yeah, they want to talk about their lives. People love talking about themselves, right? So they want to tell me what's going on. Sometimes they show me photos. A lot of the times their wives are super beautiful. A lot of the times they haven't had sex with their wives in 20 years. Really?
Damn, I need to have sex more with my husband.
Oh, so this is what I always tell people. Like,
yeah, tell me.
Don't stop fucking your man. Don't. And like when my friends tell me like, oh, they haven't had sex with their like long-term boyfriend in 3 months, I'm like, babe, I'm telling you right now, if you don't do it, somebody like me will, and you're not going to be happy. So just get it fucking done.
3 months is a long time for sure. But like, there's been like a week that I haven't had sex with my husband before, just for like, whatever reason, period, or being busy or something. Like,
yeah.
Is that bad?
That's okay. No, I mean, every relationship's different. Every relationship works different. Like, I have an extremely high sex drive, and I've actually found it to be an issue with some of the guys I date, because they can't fuck as much as me, and they get like really discouraged when I like want to fuck again and they can't. So like every relationship's different. Some people are totally fine with fucking like twice a week, and that works for them, and that's great. That doesn't work for me.
Do guys
whatever works for you and Steven is, different than what works for others. So I don't know.
When you hook up with like normal guys that you're dating, did they say that you're really good in bed? You must be professional, and then you're like, wow.
Yeah, I know. So I don't give my civilian guys the porn star experience. Because I don't want to raise eyebrows.
Wait, I love this. That's so funny. I love this porn star experience. What are some of the extra special tricks that you pull out for a client? And do you have any tips for the average girl of how to step it up?
Oh, God. To be honest, the majority of the sex I have is pretty vanilla. If somebody wants like a special experience, like I can definitely cater to that depending on what it is. I don't know. Let me think.
Have you learned anything sexually that like you could share that you think is like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
So, like, through working, I've really, like, started enjoying giving head. I used to hate it. And, like, guys are obsessed with it. And I know a lot of my, like, civilian girlfriends are like, fuck no, like, I don't suck his dick. I don't do that. I don't do this. And I definitely think it's something that needs to be done a lot to, like, keep your guy happy. I used to just, like, be really lazy about it. Like, I did it for work. I didn't want to do it in my civilian. And then I just, like, got the fuck over that. And I'm like, wow, this is actually makes this person, like, really happy. And then they want to do it back to me. And it's great.
Yeah. What about eating ass? Do you eat clients' ass?
Absolutely not.
So what are some, like, requests that people make?
No, I haven't. I won't do it. And if somebody asks me, like, oh, sorry, I don't do that. But there was a time years ago when I first started working, I was working with this, like, notorious male booker who is just, like, awful. He owes money to, like, tons of girls he's to work. I'm obviously not going to name him. But he sent me this client, and, like, the client was, like, forcing me to do it. And I was, like, so traumatized for so long. And like, after that, I was just like, oh my God, I would, like, bite somebody's dick off. And, like, you know how earlier you mentioned, like, oh, does it make you feel powerful and stuff? And, like, when I have, like, somebody's fucking balls in my mouth, I feel so much power. I'm like, I can literally end your life right now.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, like, they just don't even know. I'm like, one wrong move, sir, and it's over for you.
Do you find that clients are, like, obsessed with wanting you to have an orgasm?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm the queen of faking it. I think they want to know that they, like, pleased you and that they're good in bed.
Yeah.
It's important for them to, like positive feedback. They really want to hear, like, how amazing it was for you, and, like, it gets a little old sometimes, and I'm like, okay, like, I can only fake 7 orgasms, you know? Like, it's obviously not real. Like, chill out.
That's so fucking funny.
I know. Yeah, they get really, like, and if you, like, don't, I have girlfriends who literally, like, working, they say that they just, like, won't fake it. And I'm like, fuck, but it, like, makes it get it over with faster. If they think you came, then they'll probably come too.
Yeah. What are some of the perks?
What?
What are some of the perks of working? If someone's going to ask you, what's the best
The perks?
Yeah, what's the best parts about working?
Oh, God, the shopping sprees. Well, besides the money, obviously the money is fucking incredible. Like, I've never touched so much money in my life. And I think most of the people in the world will never touch this much money in their life. You know, like, we're part of the top few percent. So besides the money, I definitely would say the shopping, like...
I need you to expand on the shopping. Give me some...
So I have, like, one specific client. I know girls are always like, how do you get guys to buy you so much shit?
Yeah.
I have, like, I got really lucky with, like, one guy who is super into fashion, and he, like, really is big on, like, wants his girls to look the best. Mm-hmm. Like, whether it's his wife, his girlfriend, or whatever. And so he has really spoiled me with shopping, but he doesn't pay me, like, hard cash. But he's spent over, like, $100,000 on me in just, like, items.
So he pays
so
you.
Fine.
He pays you in shopping.
Yeah, he does. And normally I wouldn't allow that, but he's so hot and he's so cool. I don't really care. And it's worth it because, like, I'm not going to spend my own money on that kind of shit. And that's what I see a lot of girls doing. And if I have any advice to give to girls who are listening, save your fucking money. Do not buy the Chanel. Do not buy these stupid things. Like, make guys buy them for you. Don't buy the $12,000 Cartier. Like, you don't fucking need it.
If you're going to go shopping with him, does he meet you there, or do you go and tell him what you want?
No, we go together. Yeah, it's really fun.
So where does he take you?
I love shopping with clients. It's so fun. It actually turns me on. Like, I think it's such a good time.
I'm turned on.
What?
I said I'm turned on, but
okay, yeah,
it felt flat, and then I just felt creepy. So what what has he bought you? Like a bunch of purses? Like, what's the best thing that anyone's ever bought you?
Oh God. Let me look in my closet.
And do you get furniture too?
What?
Do you get furniture too?
I guess technically somebody bought me my couch, but not really. I saw him a couple of days in a row, and then I told him I used that money to buy my couch, and so he always feels like, oh, I bought your couch. I'm like, no, but kinda. Probably my favorite thing somebody's got me is my Birkin for sure. Duh.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, do your parents know?
No. Well, that's always tricky. I feel like the hardest part of being a working girl is dating and then the family thing.
Yeah.
So I think my parents are just relieved that they don't have to support me financially. They've never had to. Even before I started doing this, I was so independent. I was out working 2 jobs, going to school. I always kind of had it figured out. Mm-hmm. So, they've asked.
Yeah.
I deny.
Right.
I'll probably, there's a point in my life maybe where I'd come clean when I'm on, making my exit. But I don't know. I don't see the point now. They love me. They support me. They don't ask. They're just happy that they don't have to worry about me.
I love that. What's the biggest tip you received on top of getting paid?
Biggest tip?
Yeah, like a surprise tip.
I was on a trip and I got tipped on top of what I was paid. I got tipped $10,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was the biggest tip, I guess. Yeah.
Whoa. That's nuts.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Do you get pussy infections often or STDs?
Do I get what? STDs?
Or pussy infections, BV?
Oh my God, no. No.
Never?
My work, never. Literally, I've never had STD ever.
Oh my God.
My girlfriends who don't work but fuck guys, and they'll fuck a guy without a condom, and they'll talk about how they have a yeast infection, all this shit. I'm like, dude, wash your fucking pussy. What? I never get anything like that.
I love
but also if I feel, it's just vaginas are so sensitive. They can get thrown off with just a day of drinking, everyone's different. Something I've learned that even if I feel maybe something's my pH is off a little bit, I'll just do a boric acid thing. Do you know what that is?
A boric acid douche.
No, it's not a douche. It's just this little pill. You order them on Amazon. You just stick it up there, and then overnight everything's worked out.
Really?
Yeah, you should look them up. They're amazing. Boric acid on Amazon.
Oh my God. One time I thought I had an infection, and I read online that you can put vinegar on your pussy. Have you ever heard of that?
Wait, put what on it?
White vinegar. So I poured white vinegar on it, and it literally blew my shit up like I had elephantitis, and I couldn't even walk.
Oh my God, that's awful.
I know. I wish I knew what boric acid was. And then it went down.
No, yeah, I turned all my girlfriends onto it because a lot of girls get yeast infections and BV all the time. And I swear to God, you just put one of these things in overnight. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to text me that when we hang up.
Read the reviews, you'll die. I know you'll love reading these reviews. They're so fucking funny.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
My pussy was broken. It's finally fixed.
Thanks, Boric.
Yeah.
Do guys try not to use condoms?
Oh my god, yeah, they do.
And you have to be like, no.
Honestly, though, not when I work independent, no. But working with bookers all the fucking time. They'd be like, no, I swear I'm clean, I don't need it. I'm like, that's cool, but you don't know shit about me.
Yeah, have you made exceptions for anyone?
What? Yes, I've made exceptions for my shopping guy.
Yeah.
And that's honestly it.
Have you
That's the only one.
Have you ever had feelings for someone that you were hooking, like a regular or a guy that you were seeing, like a working guy?
No, not like legitimately, which I kind of am at the point in my life where I'm like ready for something like that, to like catch feelings for a client and just kind of like see where it goes.
Yeah.
Just like experimental.
Do you know any girls who have fallen in love with
Yes.
and gotten deep?
I know a few. I know many. Yes, I know like both stories. I know the success story, and I know like the most like traumatizing, like just awful stories where like clients never end up leaving their wives. The girls waste all this time on them thinking that they'll be together. And it gets to a point where it's not even about money anymore. Like, they're actually in love.
Wow.
And I'm always just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah.
but it's hard. I mean, love is love. It makes you crazy, whether it's with a client or a civilian. Like,
do you remember what your first job was like?
my very first job ever, I actually do remember. And he was so like cute and young and nervous, and like I was nervous too. It was like when I very first started, and he like came to my hotel. And we were like talking a little bit. We were talking about music, and he is the person who showed me who the Alabama Shakes are. Like, you know that band?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, like that's just like what I remember. Like we were just like going through my Spotify, like listening to music together, and he was like so sweet. And I was like, oh my god, I love this job. I'm doing it forever.
When you are in hotels with guys, when they leave the hotel, do you ever stay there for the night, invite your friends over, and have a slumber party?
Usually what I'll do is if a client leaves me a hotel room, I'll probably just see other clients in it.
Oh my god, that's so gangster.
Yeah, because it's already paid for.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if it was like if somebody left me a suite at the Plaza, I'd have a fucking reason. I have brought like a boyfriend over before. Like a client left me a hotel room, and I have brought a boyfriend.
Yeah. And how did he feel about using it?
He didn't care.
Do you get off when you hook up with some guys? And have any like really gross guys ever made you come and then you're so ashamed?
Oh my god! I cannot believe you just asked me that. Has that happened to you before? Chelsea? Like such a specific question. Actually,
specific?
Yes.
Is that too specific?
No, it's so specific that I know it's happened to you because it has happened to me, and I think about it all the time. Like me and like my best friend who work, we'll text each other. So like, we're like, oh my god, I'm so fucking disgusting. Why am I such an easy slut? Like I totally just came.
I know, that's so fucking funny.
I know, and like sometimes, so like I said, I have a pretty good like boundary between like work and personal. So I even try to keep orgasms like personal and like separate from work too. Like I try to like not come on jobs, if that like makes any sense, because I want to keep it work and like not pleasure.
I can understand that.
There's times when I'm just like, oh my god, why am I so turned on right now? And I can like feel it coming on, and I'll just be like, fuck it. And I'll just like get into it, and I'll just like let go. And then after I lay there, and I'm just like, I literally hate myself.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But
not really, not like actual, but I'm just like, oh my god, I'm such a slut.
Yeah. No. What are some weird fetishes that people have had before?
I was asked one time to come in like an Irish pub girl outfit.
What?
Yeah, and I had to like look it up. Like what
that
the fuck is that?
Halloween costume?
Yeah, so I didn't like do it.
That's so fucking
well, I had options. I had like either like schoolgirl, but preferably Irish pub. And I was like, okay, well, like I can make schoolgirl happen, but I can't do Irish pub.
Oh, I just have that lying around.
Yeah, who just has that? Like, I do have like a little slutty schoolgirl outfit, like, but yeah, no. So that wasn't that weird. Like, I've had people like want me like walk on them in my heels, and like, most of the stuff I do is like pretty girlfriendy, but like, you should like try and interview like a dominatrix, because that shit is so interesting to me.
I did actually before on one of the episodes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on Julia Fox had done some dominatrix stuff.
Oh wow, yeah. So that's really cool.
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Have you thought about stopping, and when, or are you just like, kind of like enjoying yourself for now and you'll think about it later?
I definitely think about stopping. I think about like the different. I'm always like, oh, when I complete this goal, I'll stop, and then I completed that goal, and I'm like, wait, I don't want to stop. And it's like, oh, when I get this done, I'll stop. And I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna stop.
What were some of the goals that you had?
Just like money saved, you know, just like I wanted to like reach certain things. Like I had heard like what other girls had saved and then like retired, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And then I got there and I'm like, wait, no, I can make way more than this.
Wow. Yeah. So do you find that it can be a little addictive with either the money, the attention, the traveling, the lifestyle?
Do I find what about it?
Do you find that it can be addictive, the job?
Oh my God, it's so addictive. Are you kidding? Like, it's exhilarating. Like when you like, a lot of people don't know what it's like to touch like that much cash. Like you get paid, you get like a paycheck, right? It goes in your account. You never really are like touching your money. Like, you know it's there, but like when you're touching it and you see it in your hands, it's like, it's just something completely different, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely, I mean, there's no money like this money besides like drug dealing, but that's like scary as fuck.
What are some of the misconceptions that people have about escorts?
I think the biggest misconception is that people do it because they don't have any other choice, or that they are like stuck in this like abusive situation and they need like fast money, or that like sex workers like need to be saved and they're just looking for like somebody to come and like rescue them. I think that is what people assume, and it just like couldn't be farther from the truth. Like, I love my life. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, I don't need to be saved. I probably make more money than the people who like want to save me, you know? So I think it's like an unfair assumption that like, you know, sex workers have like this bad life. They don't. It's like pretty amazing.
Yeah, you seem like a very balanced person.
Yeah, I think like, I mean, I drink, but I don't do any drugs. And I've seen a lot of girls really go downhill with partying, and, you know, they get into their 30s and they have no money saved and they're living from like job to job. And I'm just like, how do you even get into this situation?
So you're really good about saving. Do you do like a certain percentage to go to your checking and a certain percent to your savings?
Yeah, I save a lot.
What's the ratio percentage that you like use for spending money and saving?
I save more than half.
Wow.
It depends. Honestly, that's what I thought, but then I like get my Amex bill every month, and I'm like, what the fuck am I buying?
What do you find? What do you notice that you spend the most on?
Ubers.
Yeah. What are the other?
Like,
oh, sorry. Go on.
It's so fucking expensive. Like, Ubers add the fuck up. It's crazy.
What are the other girls like that you work with?
So this is like a really, it's obviously the industry can be a little bit shady, right? As it is. You really need to be careful with like who you make friends with. I've been fucked over many times by girls, big time. I've been robbed. I've been like physically fought. I've had girls like go to agents and be like, just so you know, oh God, girls are awful. They're literally awful. You have to be so fucking careful.
And I'm sure a lot of girls get jealous if one person is working more.
They get if one person's making more, they get literally so fucking jealous. Like, oh my God, I just got, sorry, I have a client in a couple minutes.
Really?
Actually. No. Yeah. He just emailed me. He's like, hey, I'm like at the nearby bar. It's like my favorite bar.
We didn't even get into the Instagram questions. Can I wrap it? How long do you have?
10 minutes.
Okay. Can I rapid fire ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, we can also do a part 2 if you ever want it. I don't really care.
That would be fun. Okay.
Yeah, okay, hit me.
Okay, I'm just going to throw out a couple terms. Escort, prostitute, hooker, call girl. What do you prefer to be called, and do you get offended if people call you one of the other terms that you don't like?
I think my favorite term to use is working girl. I just like it. I think it's cute. Like, oh, she's a working girl. That's always the term I've used. I don't like escort, to be honest. I don't like the other ones. I'm not even going to use them. And I usually do working girl or like call girl. I think it's cute.
So can I call the episode High-End Call Girl?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Because I feel like,
Okay.
Or like even, I like the word companion because that's like technically what I am. It's like I'm literally just a companion. I'm your hired friend.
Okay, I have some questions from people on Instagram. 1, do virgins hire escorts, and has she been with one?
I have been with one virgin. Yeah.
Oh my God, how was it?
It was not bad. He was so sweet and cute, and like it really wasn't bad at all.
Okay. This is another question. How many old white dudes have you shitted on? Has anyone ever asked you to do that?
Oh my God, none. I know. I haven't actually been like directly asked, but I've like been hinted to, and I'm just like, oh no, not an option. Maybe for like $50,000 I would do it. I don't know.
Oh, amazing. That girl who I had on the dominatrix was talking about how she had shit on people before.
She has or hasn't?
She has.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like a totally different, it's a different job.
Okay, next
It's a completely different job description.
What kind of screening do you do to protect yourself?
Employment is usually, so I get like photo IDs, I get their LinkedIn, I can call their work and ask for them. Background checks. Usually girls pay to have access to like those websites that do like full background checks and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty legit.
What are the worst types of customers you get, and a bad experience you've had with one?
My least favorite customers, I hate that term, are young guys.
I hate young guys.
They're just like annoying. They just are like, they want to take like so much time. They don't have a lot of money, so they want to like make the most of their like 1 hour, and it's just like dying.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like really not ideal at all.
Any celebrity clients?
Yes, I have had quite a few, but all had to sign NDAs, so can't even talk about it.
They make you sign NDAs?
Yeah, you have to sign NDAs and you get your phone taken away.
Oh my God.
But famous people hire escorts all the time.
Yeah. What's been the most difficult part of your profession?
The most difficult part is probably like the fear of getting in trouble. And the emotional labor and how fucking tired you are all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's exhausting.
And then we'll end with the last question. Have you watched The Girlfriend Experience, and was it an accurate depiction of the lifestyle?
God, I haven't seen that in forever. The most recent movie I watched about escorting is called The Escort. It's on Amazon, and that was pretty accurate. It's all pretty accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the future, like, you know, are you saving up your money for anything in particular? Is there another business you want to get into? What are some of the next business-minded entrepreneurial steps? Not about to, but I'm in the process of going in with a couple partners on buying a, how many units? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unit apartment building in SoCal? So my end game is real estate, for sure. Buying buildings and renting out stuff?
Yeah, for now. I want to get into commercial, but that takes a little bit of time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Lexi.
And I mean, I've invested my money pretty well. Like, I've had a lot of great mentors. I have a lot of money in stocks.
I want to learn about that.
Yes. I can teach you mutual funds, Vanguard.
Okay, I'm going to ask you. I know you have to go, and I want to give you time to get ready.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming.
I'm ready. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
I really appreciate it, and keep making that money, girl.
I will continue making this money. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you, guys. That was our episode. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes. Have a great day. Bye.